Sound going now. Are you smiling? I'm smiling. Are you smiling?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Bear with me. I'm going to click a couple more buttons and then we are both here, aren't we?
We are.
Who are we?
Hello everybody, it's Emily and Alan here from The Outside Bride. I hope you are well today on this lovely, well I say lovely, it's been raining all day, isn't it? Wednesday?
Yeah, it's not been that bad though. I know.
I've driven through a lot of the rain today.
Well, I walked, boring story alert, I put the car in for some work this morning and walked back with Joseph in his buggy and we didn't have any rain at all. In actual fact, I nearly thought, I wish I'd brought my sunglasses. So for the 40 minutes I was walking with Joseph in his buggy, I had no rain at all.
Wow. For the 40 minutes I was driving in the van today in Hampshire, it was definitely raining. The windscreen wipers were on full pelt.
Yeah, I have to say, are we being proper British people talking about the weather?
Well, I can also talk about the fact that I really nearly thought today that I was stuck in a multi-storey car park in a van, that I was going to be scraping the roof of the car, yes. But it was okay.
You know what I'm going to mention? If we're doing inane conversation and banter for a second, Emily and I, about a couple of minutes before coming on here, we're having a conversation where it both dawned on us, but now it's the 7th of November. We can pretty much start thinking about Christmas.
We can say that because we were sat there talking about absolute inane rubbish, and I turned around and it was just in my vision over there. The TV was on, and there was a Christmas advert on.
Yeah, well, I'm fine with that. I'm
fine with that, but I hadn't seen one yet. And it was at that point I went, oh.
Yeah, the realisation was that because of how quickly it all bundles along for all of us, was that actually it was going to be the 1st of December before we know it, but there's some prime Christmas build-up in November, if you ask me.
I also like how you just crowbarred that conversation when I was talking about how I nearly took the roof of the van today.
Yeah, but you didn't, so no. I figured we'd just start talking about Christmas.
You know when you're going into it when there's a headroom sign, and you think, am I tall enough? Am I short enough? Am I going to go for it? So I went for it, and I heard and it wasn't. It was the antenna, which was about 6 inches higher than the van, that hit the roof, but I literally did panic for a second.
It looks like Hannah's watching, but Hannah, is the feed okay? Because it's not okay here. So if you can give us a thumbs up or something and let us know if the feed's okay, because here it's very starty and stoppy.
Let me just check on my
Oh yeah, that's what we normally do. Let me, I'm just making sure.
Very rude,
I'm going to turn the Wi-Fi off and check this. Anyone who's now listening to us on the podcast, this is irrelevant to, but we can. Oh, Hannah's just given it a thumbs up.
Amy said hello.
Oh, okay. So I guess the feed is okay.
Susan Women says,
no, that was earlier on today. Right,
yeah,
fine.
All is
no,
fine.
It's working.
All is fine.
Thanks, team. Thanks, team. Anyway, so I mentioned the podcast. They're very, very exciting. So we are now. We have a podcast on iTunes and SoundCloud. So for those of you, and funny enough, you just mentioned Amy. I know Amy's keen to listen to the podcast in the car. So as quickly as we can, we will get the audio from this and turn it into a podcast ready in iTunes for you all to listen to.
Yeah.
We're going to look at getting it on a couple of other platforms as well. But it's definitely on SoundCloud and iTunes. And then obviously those who do enjoy watching us talking, then we are on YouTube and obviously in this Facebook group as well. Yeah. So there are pretty much 4 ways you can watch or listen. Absorb the amazing stories about snow and roof and vans and everything that Emily and I talk about. Feed is fine. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Hannah. So,
it's a bit weird when you're inside your bubble of the tech. You don't always know if it's working. Well, no, apparently you have got the most hilarious face down that.
Well, that's better. Bizarrely, the thing is, because they're all. I don't know why. Let's ignore that. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about. So we are going to talk about.
First, we were quite excited. Coming up this weekend, we have got the Hampshire Wedding Awards, where we are up for 2. We've got 2 nominations, haven't we?
We have. We've got the People's Choice Award, which is the only one that counts. And some people will say that's a popularity award, but ultimately that's what the People's Choice Award is. So if we do win, that just proves we're really popular, which would be amazing. Well, it would be amazing. That's the award that really, really counts for us.
And the other one is Wedding Extra, which is the reason that we set up this group last year, was because we were lumped into a Wedding Extra.
That's true,
it was
isn't
the exact catalyst for why we set up this group.
We were sat there, and I didn't know. Emily had sort of sorted it all out with the awards, and I was kind of the plus one, even though obviously I know as much about the business. And I'm like, what? So we're in the Wedding Extras category? She's like, yeah. Excuse me, sorry. And we're chatting away, aren't we? And we're like, well, outdoor weddings, like, big enough in its own world, you know, well, it is. Well, we all know this.
Yeah.
So we kind of had a think, had a chat, spoke to some others, had a think, had a chat, and set up the Outside Bride and the Outdoor Wedding Supplier Network.
Exactly that reason why.
There
it
is the
deserves
reason
its place in the world, and we have created its little place in the world, and we love it so far.
We do.
Absolutely loving it. This week, the blog has taken off massively, hasn't it?
It has.
We've had, ever since our little bit of BBC last week, we've had our record hits to the website, so we're really thankful for that, and I really hope you're enjoying our posts at the moment. We've had some amazing real weddings, and especially this week's. I love this week's real wedding. Hannah posted it yesterday. It's a lovely Cornish wedding, and it's all, there's the beachside photos, and it's got like moody skies, because it wasn't the nicest of days, but the photos...
Like yesterday's?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm sitting there, I haven't looked at it yet. No, I remember the story. I'm sitting there thinking, Cornish wedding. I was thinking of the Bohemian one, of Kate and Tom's, and the styled shoe.
They
had
amazing. It was a marquee wedding.
I'm going to go and have a look in a minute.
But it was bare bones marquee because they wanted it like in that outdoor feel. But they were very outdoorsy enthusiasts. They were cyclists. They were walkers. They were picnickers. They just loved being outside. So,
yes, sorry.
So all of their theming had...
There's a bike in the picture and things like that.
Suspended from the roof. Suspended from the roof. It was amazing. And then they had these stunning couple photos down on the beach. And because it wasn't the nicest weather of the day, and we always say that actually if you get bad weather, it's never a problem because you have a different viewpoint of what was ever's in your head with the sunny skies. You get the moodiness and the darkness can actually make some of the best photos ever. We've seen some of the best wedding photos that have had rainy clouds. And they had these beautiful beach shots, walking barefoot down on the sand with the clouds in the sky. It was really, really pretty. So I do recommend that if you haven't seen it yet, do check it out. And actually, there's been a post put up today from our guest expert, who's a photographer in Essex called Amanda, and she's written a little post today about finding good little spots and outdoor spots for your photography on the day. So if you know where you're getting married, kind of think ahead of where you'd like to have those sort of key moment shots taken before the day as well. So have a read of that. Amanda's got some good tips in there too.
Yeah, very, very much so. And that's it is bundling along. So Emily and I are always happy to be honest, aren't we? We haven't got any questions. We haven't had any questions being asked.
You guys have been a bit quiet on the question front of recent weeks.
Well, I wondered if it's the whole seasonal thing, as in, you know, the season of the outdoor wedding is April to September. So do the planning of those weddings sort of take a bit of a backseat as well? What were the didn't Becca O'Neill put a question in the group? Is that
Becca O'Neill this week or today? She was putting about food, and actually I will rehash that a little bit with that answer because it is still relevant if you haven't seen that thread. Becca was asking today about quantities of food and how she has worked back when she was younger, worked in weddings where at the end of the night they've thrown so much food away because it's just not been eaten. And the question was, how much do you need to provide? What should you be providing? And is there like a magic number? Now the thing with that is it really is how long is a piece of string, because there are a few variables that you need to consider when you're thinking about your catering options. Number one is the style of food you're going for. If you're going for something like an afternoon tea style sit down, it's a bit more light, you know, you may well want to have extra food in the evening because that may not carry your guests through to the evening. What time of day you're going to get married. So for us, we got married at 12:30 in the afternoon, and that's pretty early for a wedding these days. So we had pretty much we had a very small select handful of people, didn't we, for the evening.
Right, I thought it was the same for the day. No, we had
no. But the majority of people were there for the whole day, weren't they?
Yeah.
So from 12:30, and it was a church wedding followed by an outdoor reception. So 12:30. So those people were there half an hour before the wedding, 45 minutes before the wedding. So they were there from 12, say, and that covered lunchtime. Went to the field and had our reception. There were a few canapes, Then we had a sit-down meal, and then we had an evening buffet. We had bacon rolls in the evening, didn't we? Bacon rolls. But for those guests, they were there pretty much from lunchtime till midnight, and we had to make sure that they had lunch, dinner, and sort of late night snacks as well, because otherwise they would not be getting through the day. However, if you're getting married at 3 or 4, having slightly later, and people aren't sitting down till 5 or 6 o'clock for their meal, again, depending on the style of food you're having, they probably won't need to have a secondary or a lot of secondary food in the evening if it's a lot of people staying for that first chunk, because they think of yourself.
Well, apart from me, I always want more food.
Alan will eat his dinner at 5 o'clock, then graze at 7, then at 9 o'clock has some more, and then 10 o'clock go, just in case. Some people are like that, but you wouldn't necessarily need to go for a full-blown massive buffet.
No, definitely not.
So sitting down at 5, speeches first before whatever. It's 5 till 7 potentially of an evening meal. They're not going to need an evening buffet at 8 p.m. when they've just finished their dinner at 7. So look at your timing.
No, but I'm sitting there thinking, I would, no.
The majority.
But then we have talked about this before, haven't we? And there are other ways that, you can do a sweetie table. Yeah. You've got the cake coming out.
Someone put a comment on the thread, be a bit creative, put some bowls of popcorn out and some chips and dips and things on the tables, nuts and all that kind of stuff. Or, as I think someone put in the thread as well, a grazing table. Grazing tables are great. Not only do they look...
Oh, yes. We did that on the YouTube video of the industrial style shoot. We did last week, and they had a grazing table.
The good thing with grazing tables is not...
Sorry, is a grazing table just a posh name for a buffet?
Well, yes, darling.
But we call it... Okay, I'll just clarify.
The thing with grazing tables is it's often things like cured meats and cheeses and grapes and everything,
like a posh buffet.
It is. But
so those sausage rolls or mini pork pies or vol au vents.
You can have whatever you want.
I'm joking.
But the thing with grazing tables, especially if you do them really, really well, is that they become a focal point to your area, your inside. So they're not only just a feast, but they're a bit of a decoration as well. So they have two purposes. They look fantastic, and actually I've seen in some of the posts that we've been reviewing at the moment and getting ready to put on the blog, we've seen some fabulous grazing tables.
The Real Wedding, Kate and Tom's, they had, in my head, I want to say a Prosecco bar, but bear with this, I'm coming back on topic. They had a Prosecco bar. I'm pretty confident it was just a stack of pallets. So, stack of pallets, and Emily and I have talked about it, we've got a place near us, Southampton Wood Recycling, who give their old pallets away for free. Mm. You only need the top one to be in good condition and close, right? And all of a sudden, you've got 2 stacks of pallets, you've got 2 grazing areas, or you get a nice plank between them. See, I'm all over like scaffold plank tables and things like that. And a 3 metre scaffold plank board is about £15 to £20, depending where you get it from, or you borrow it from.
You could always do grazing tables per table as well if you wanted to. Again, add to the decoration of your day. But if you were having more of the scaffold plank sort of trestle tables, and you were having,
sorry, I've got lemon notes. Keep going.
Here comes Dumbo.
No, I do it quite.
You have 6, 8, 10 long tables, but if you were doing it as a grazing table situation for like 5 o'clock sit down, that's absolutely more than funny. That would act as your decoration for your tables, but be an interactive way.
Edible decoration.
I absolutely love one of my most favourite things. I don't particularly like sit down 3-course meals where it's a la carte and it's on the table.
Do you not?
Well, I do.
It's got its place. So agreed, it's got its place.
But what I really, really, really love is family dining style. It's one of my favourite things. What we have for our wedding. It's everything in the middle, everyone helping themselves, it's a talking point, pass the dishes over. It's just a really nice way of interacting with people and sort of enjoying what you're eating, and you get that little bit of selection and choice of what you're doing. So a grazing table would give you that.
And especially if you're on a table with people you may not know, which for me I love at a wedding. I like to have a couple of people I do know on the table, and the rest I quite like to be new people. If you are passing the food and the wine around, that is absolutely fab, isn't it? And we should also mention the planning sessions quickly. We've had so many new members come into the group, but and we've seen questions that the planning sessions would answer for them. So, if you are new to the group watching this back, we do have the planning sessions, our membership. It's ticking along nicely, but when you start from the beginning for £20 a month for 6 months.
We are excitedly working on the content for our second module at the moment, and it's
that's for the people who started at the beginning.
But we're working on everything from supplier, so the detail with your suppliers, so how to get contracts in place, what those contracts actually mean, when to get them booked in, what you need from those suppliers, questions you should be asking them, timelines and getting them on board and stuff. All of that's going to be covered in Module 2, which is really, really cool as well. What else is being covered in Module 2? Do you want to get it up?
I can do that. I was just trying to load that feed. I can load that. Can you? Yeah. You'll have to keep talking while I load this up. No, talking, not singing.
Why not? I can sing. It's been really, really well received so far. We're loving sort of interacting with everyone who's been interested, and we know that there's so many, especially 2020. There's a lot of influx of 2020 brides in here at the moment. So it's nice to meet you all. I hope you're all excited. I know there's someone in Yorkshire this week who's brand new, literally got engaged this weekend. So many congratulations to you. I think this is going to be the right place for you.
Module 2 is working with suppliers. Weekly topics will include contracts and deposits, PLI and insurances. Booking your ceremony, event timelining and project planning. Yeah, and it's all so important. And this is, this is everything you need to know in one place, at your fingertips, given to you with video/audio to back up what we're telling you, to bring it to life and help you understand what's going on. So yes, it is very exciting. We're enjoying creating on the content. Well, not creating the content, giving across what we know and what we loved, basically.
And if it's too late for you, whether you're at the end of your planning or you're a supplier in this group, or you're just coming along for the ride, feel free to forward this on to someone who may want it, because it may not be good for you, but you might know someone who does want it. What are you up to now?
Well, I was trying to get the feed working again, but then I realised I hadn't actually turned the sound down, so we might get a bit of a bit all over. I don't know why we're all over the place. It feels a bit all over the place, but that's just us.
Mainly because it was things like we're very discombobulated this week. Our car is not with us. Our car was MOT.
No one cares about our first world problems.
It was. Car was MOT'd. We've not been able to drive the car.
Car failed the MOTs, probably not.
Failed.
Yeah. Anyway, move on from that. No one cares about our car. So
we're just like our regular routine of a Wednesday has not been a regular Wednesday, so therefore we're all a bit over the place today.
So that's it. So yeah, I think unless anyone's got any questions, I think let's draw a line there, and then we can get this on YouTube and into a podcast on iTunes and SoundCloud ASAP. If you are, please, because it's new still, if you are listening to the podcast via iTunes or SoundCloud, please give it a rating, a heart on SoundCloud, 5 stars on podcast, on iTunes. Feel free to leave a review and everything else. So that would be fab.
As a question point, because I think it's going to be from now. I think we should end with a question or a topic to talk. I love the idea of grazing tables today. I would love to know what all of you ladies and gents in this group are doing for your food choices. So feel free in the comments below, especially if you're watching replay as well. Pop down what your ideal wedding food is going to be for your day, and we'd love to hear about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you are listening to this on podcast and you're not in the Facebook group, please do come and join us on the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/The Outside Bride, and comment what you're having for your, what you had, what you want, what you had.
We've got any cheese in the house?
Only cheddar. Extra mature cheddar.
Go some brie right now.
We don't have any brie. No. Right. We're going to go and create our own mini grazing table to dine on. Graze on.
Watch Grand Designs with.
Oh yeah, I forgot Grand Designs.
Grand Designs and a grazing table.
Right, that's it. Thank you ever so much, everyone. We hope you have an absolutely fantastic Wednesday evening and Thursday.
Stay tuned, because Saturday at the Wedding Awards we may or may not go live.
Right, question. We don't know if we're going to win or not. We've got as much chance as everyone else. So we have no inside information. We don't know. We are smug and confident and all these other things.
I'm not smug. I don't think we're going to win. But...
So I'm smug. You can be smug.
So do we...
Facebook Live when they're announcing the winner for our award.
So in two ways...
risk our miserable faces for not winning.
2 ways. You could all be with us when we win and we go, yeah, and we have a party and we toast together. Or we don't win, because there are no losers in this situation. We're all just runners up. If you don't win, you're not winning. Do we lose, but have you to kind of commiserate with us and know that our lovely family, Outside Bride family, are there to support us?
So you're talking about going live into the Outside Bride?
Yeah.
Not on one of the other mediums?
You could do.
Okay, we could have 2 phones going, couldn't we? One
We've got
for
2
each
phones.
one.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah, let us know what you think
could
too.
either be
Do
like-
we Facebook Live in one of our channels, Baylily Bell Tents, that's our right page or group, when they're announcing our award at the award ceremony on
Blaze
Saturday
of
night.
glory, or we just get drunk at the bar.
Yes, or we cry into our Doritos. Right, that's it. We are going. Thank you all for joining this evening. Emily's left you with 2 questions, not the one she's just decided to do.
2.
What are you eating at your wedding? We had Chinese, followed by, well, actually, let's not cover our caterer. We fell out with them.
So we had Chinese dinner with sharing platters of starters and all of our favourite Chinese dishes, followed by perfect ice cream.
And then we had hot dogs in the end. And
rolls.
Anne says, yes, and practice your gracious losing faces. And there's no way, it doesn't matter how often we practice, we're not going to have gracious losers.
We were had!
Yeah, we'll be, no, we'll be all right with it. It won't be a problem. And the other question is, do we Facebook Live the award ceremony on Wednesday, Saturday night? Well, we all know the answer is yes, don't we? We're just going to work out how unhappy or happy we're going to be. Right, thank you ever so much, everyone. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching on replay. Thank you for contributing. And we look, Amy, my fiance is South African, so we're having a braai for our day.
Oh, yes.
Very nice. Then in the evening, we are planning on having carnival-themed food, i.e. popcorn, candy floss, ice cream, sweets, nachos. Love that, Amy. That sounds absolutely fantastic. We know a little bit about you, so we know that's going to be at your family home as well. And I think that's really, really lovely. Yes, can we come, please?
I love braai.
We can Facebook Live your wedding. Anyway, right. Thanks, Amy. Have a fab evening. Thanks, everyone else, for watching. Take care.
later.
Bye.
Bye.